I now call the May 20th, 2026 Zoning Board of Adjustment meeting to order. Item 2, public hearing, public comment. Citizens who desire to address the City Council Board and/or Commission with regard to matters on the agenda must complete a request to speak form and give it to the City Secretary or designee prior to the beginning of the meeting. Each speaker is limited to 3 minutes. Speakers requiring a translator will have 6 minutes, regardless of the number of agenda items to be addressed. Comments or discussion by the City Council Board and/or Commission members will only be made at the time the subject is scheduled for consideration. Has anyone submitted public comments?
No, Chair, they have not.
Okay. Item 3, minutes, consideration of and action on the minutes of the February 18, 2026 meeting. Does anyone have any corrections? No? Can I have a motion to approve the minutes?
I move that we approve the minutes.
I have a motion from Mr. Morton. Do I have a second? Second. I have a second from Mr. Alvarado. We'll be voting electronically. Okay. I can't tell if it passed or not. Okay, the motion has passed unanimously. Item 4, public hearing. Item 4, a public hearing. Receive and hear all persons desiring to be heard regarding a proposed special exception to the front and street side yard setback for 13 Orkney Isle Court, Lot 1, Block 11, Sweetwater, Section 1, in the restricted single-family residential R-1R zoning district. Planning staff will now make their presentation.
Good evening. Can everyone hear me? Okay. The property located, let me go to the next slide here. The property located at 13 Orkney Isle Court was platted as Sweetwater Section 1 back in 1981, and then subsequently annexed into the City of Sugar Land in 1997 with R1R restricted single-family residential zoning applied to the property upon annexation. The applicant is requesting a special exception to the front and street side yard setbacks for proposed single-family residence. Moving on to an overview of this case. The platted restriction of the property establishes a 25-foot setback along the front property line and a 15-foot setback along the street side property line, whereas the R1R zoning district requires a 30-foot front yard and a 20-foot street side yard setback. The proposed single-family residence will be located approximately 28 feet from the front property line and approximately 17 feet and 10 inches from the street side property line. This special exception will relieve the R1R 30-foot front yard and 20-foot street side yard setback requirements and would allow the proposed single-family residence to be constructed as proposed. Next, we can look at the proposed site plan. Here we can see the proposed single-family residence. We have the distances called out in red, representing the distances that the new home will be from the front and street side property lines. The proposed single-family residence will be set back 28 feet from the front property line, conforming with the platted restriction of 25 feet, as well as the street side yard distance, which will be set back 17 feet and 10 inches from the street side property line, conforming with the platted restriction of 15 feet. On this slide, we can see a street view of the front elevation of the proposed residence with a maximum height called out of 31 feet and 1 1/8 inch. Moving on to the proposed side street elevation, we can see that the proposed residence will have a maximum height here also of 31 feet and 1 1/8 inch. This is just going to be an aerial view of the property represented by that red pin. That's where 13 Orkney Isle Court is located. Moving on, so staff have conducted an analysis of the surrounding neighborhood and found the proposed home to be architecturally compatible with the neighborhood. Approximately four homes within the immediate area do not meet the front yard setback requirement of 30 feet, shown with the blue hashes on that map. And approximately 5 homes within the immediate area do not meet the street side yard requirement of 20 feet, shown with the houses or the properties with the yellow border. There are no homes in the vicinity with an approved special exception for front or street side yard setback, I should note. Special exception criteria. Number 1, was the property platted prior to annexation? Yes. Number 2, is the recorded restriction less restrictive than the setback that's established for zoning? Yes. Number 3, is the special exception not less restrictive than the recorded restriction? Yes. Staff has evaluated the proposal and determined that there are not any issues or anything that would be detrimental to the public welfare or injurious to the neighborhood. Public hearing notification requirements were met. Mailers were sent out to property owners within 200 feet of the subject property. There was a public hearing notice posted in the Fort Bend Independent, as well as on the city's webpage. There was also a courtesy sign placed on the property. Staff have not received any inquiries and are not aware of any opposition at this time. Here's just a copy of the HOA approval for the proposed single-family residence. And then finally, staff recommends the approval of this special exception with the conditions that the proposed single-family residence is constructed in accordance with the attached site plan and elevation. I believe the applicant is here just if we have any questions. So, appreciate it.
Thank you for the presentation. I now open the public hearing. Citizens who desire to address the board with regard to matters pertaining to the public hearing will be received at this time. Is there anyone who wants to speak? No? Okay. Then I close the public hearing. We will now move forward with consideration of and action on a proposed special exception to the front and street side yard setbacks for 13 Orkney Isle Court, Lot 1, Block 11, Sweetwater, Section 1, in the restricted single-family residential R-1R zoning district. We'll begin discussion of the criteria. First criteria, the latest recorded plat of the property was approved prior to being annexed into the city. Do we agree that the plat was recorded prior to being annexed?
Yes.
Okay. Second criteria, the latest recorded plat or other recorded restriction for the property establishes a setback or other regulation that results in a setback that is less restrictive than the setback required by the City of Sugar Land Development Code, Chapter 2. Do we agree that the recorded restrictions are less restrictive than those established by the City of Sugar Land Development Code?
Yes.
Okay. Third criteria, granting the special exception will not establish a setback that is less restrictive than the setback established by the latest approved plat or other recorded restriction. Do we agree that the proposed special exception is not less restrictive than the recorded restrictions?
Yes.
Okay. Fourth criteria, granting the special exception will not be detrimental to the public welfare or injurious to the property or improvements in the district or neighborhood in which the property is located. Does the board have any questions or comments? No? Okay. Staff has examined the proposed special exception for 3 key aspects. Number 1, public safety review. There does not appear to be any public safety issues associated with this request. Staff have not identified safety concerns as a result of the new home. Number 2, setback comparison. The proposed new construction appears to be generally compatible with the neighborhood based on an analysis of the surrounding area. Approximately 4 homes within the immediate area do not meet the front yard setback requirement of 30 feet. Proposed street side setback of the proposed single-family residence appears to be generally compatible with the neighborhood based on an analysis of the surrounding area. Approximately 5 homes within the immediate area do not meet the street side yard setback requirement of 20 feet. The proposed single-family residence follows the recorded restrictions. Number 3, general architectural. The proposed new home appears to be architecturally compatible with the existing single-family residence and neighborhood. If there are no additional comments, do I have a motion to approve or deny?
I have a motion.
Okay, I have a motion for Mr. Morton. Go ahead.
I move that the special exception to the restricted single-family residential district R1R front and street side yard setback standards for the proposed single-family residence located at 13 Orkney Isle Court, Lot 1, Block 11, Sweetwater, Section 1, be granted with the condition that the new residence is constructed in accordance with the attached site plan and elevations.
Okay, do I have a second? I have a second for Mr. Pang. Okay, let's take a vote. All those who approve, raise your hand. Okay, the motion passes unanimously. Okay. Item 6, adjourn the meeting. Do I have a motion to adjourn the meeting? Okay, I have a motion from Mr. White. Do I have a second? Second. I have a second from Mr. Alvarado. All those who approve, raise your hand. Okay. At this time, the May 20th, 2026 Zoning Board of Adjustment meeting is adjourned.